And we're live. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. I'm very excited about doing my first video podcast with a very good friend of mine, a guy who's the most charitable man I've ever met, a guy who lives his life for other people. I am truly learning from this guy, and I think we could all learn a lot from this guy. I have none other than MC Norris from Fishing4Autism. And before we get going tonight, I'd like to announce that the Garden State Outdoor Sports Show is going to take place on January 6th through 9th of 2022. And that's going to be held at the New Jersey Convention and Exposition Center in Edison, New Jersey. Also, I'm very proud to announce that the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoors Show is going to take place January 13th through the 16th of 2022. That's 4 days of sports shows, guys. And that's going to be at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. Go on into the Northern Illinois Sports Show. Find the Grant Rods booth, walk in there and tell them Jay sent you. And speaking of the Northern Illinois Sports Show, I have a guy who's going to be there with me tonight. And how are you doing tonight, MC?
Doing good, Jay. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm slowly recovering from this horrible operation I had about 4 months ago now.
Yeah. We've been talking about that a little bit. Still getting a little pain every now and again.
And I live in constant pain. It's the first thing I think about in the morning and the last thing I think about before I go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
For any of you guys who are listening in, please don't hesitate to ask questions of MC. I'm going to put that over here in the comment section. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so what is going on with Fishing4Autism?
Oh, well, we got a few things that we're planning for the next fishing season, 2022. We're going to start the year off at the Illinois Sports Show. We're going to be...
That's the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoors Show up in Grays Lake?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. I might get to meet you in person. Huh?
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. We're going to be there to spread the word about Fishing4Autism and show our support for Goose. He's a 13-year-old autistic boy that lives in Northern Illinois who's fishing the National Bass Trail, and we've helped him throughout his 2021 fishing season, and he has the opportunity to fish the Nationals in Alabama. So we're going to do everything we can to help him out and his family to get there so he can fish that.
That is awesome. And you're going to bring are you going to bring any of those jerseys that you make?
We're going to definitely try. Yeah. Things have been pretty busy this season. So we're kind of low on funds, as we're approaching the end of the year. So we're working on getting some more jerseys and hopefully get some hoodies and T-shirts, and we've got some keychains, things like that. Also, we're gonna have a few of our sponsors gear and whatnot. Met some Madcaps rods and some vector hooks, accessories, and gear. Yep.
There you go. So, that's what hat you have on right now, isn't it?
Yep, vector hooks.
I really like I use a couple of their things, like the Tornado trebles, their wacky rig, finesse hooks. I like those. They're a little bit bigger than what I'm used to using because, you have to use bigger hooks down here where I live now down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I also like there's so many of their stuff, so much of their stuff I like. I use so much of it. The Mayhem jigging, jigging hooks.
Yeah.
It's all good. I like their stuff. So
yeah, we use a lot of the circle hooks for catfish, and I like to use the offset, throw on a zoom fluke to do a little smallmouth fishing. Actually, a fluke is a catch-all. So I've caught so many different species on that white pearl.
I bet you
And
have fishing down there
yeah.
in Kentucky. I bet you catch a lot of white bass and stripers and.
I've caught a white bass. I've caught rock bass, smallmouth, crappie, bluegill. I've caught a catfish, largemouth. I mean, just anything that bites something that looks like a minnow or a shad swimming around, you know. So good times.
Just about anything will bite that, because what it looks like is a shad that's about ready to die. You know, it's
Yeah.
failing, it's on its last legs, and that's just an easy meal for a predator like that.
Yeah, my oldest boy, he caught his personal best smallmouth in the Sand Creek, just right down the road from the house. We like to take the kayaks down there from time to time and float for a few miles and do a little smallmouth fishing. He caught a smallmouth, and it's not a very big body of water. It's a long stretch, but it ain't very wide and ain't very deep. But his biggest smallmouth he caught on that was a 2.5 pound, 2 pounds, 2.49 ounces. He's reminding me here.
Wow. You know, MC, I just got a message from Microsoft Edge that MC Norris from Fishing4Autism is live on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool, man. I just looked at that. And, oh, what are they going to bother me with now? And who do we have here?
Hello.
And what's your name, son?
My name is Brentley.
Brantley?
Brentley.
Oh, Brentley. Okay. And who's in back of you, Brentley?
My brother.
It's Charlie.
Charlie? Hi there, Charlie. How you doing?
Good.
I like you guys' jerseys, man.
Thank you.
Do y'all travel around with your dad and
Hmm?
do y'all travel around with your dad and do Fishing4Autism events?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that is cool, man. That's cool. It's the first time you ever been live on YouTube?
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube right now.
No, remember our last podcast with it?
No, we weren't live on YouTube.
Yeah, I show you it after.
That was with John.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, with John Stoutinger, you were live on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's a good man himself. Well, it was nice to meet you guys. I've heard a lot about you. You going to be tree climbers like Dad?
Yes.
You already practicing climbing trees?
Oh, yeah. They're always climbing.
They're climbing trees and fishing with Dad, too?
We're trying to make a tree house.
Aha. That's where tree climbers live, is in tree houses, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. So, just kind of got a little bit of family thing going on here.
Sure. So when people go to this, oh, look at that.
This is Adley.
She's excited to be on TV. She's excited to be on TV, man. What a great thing.
Yeah.
So people go to the Fishing4Autism page on Facebook, and they get more information and ask you about your products that you market.
Yeah, I don't have anything posted on there yet, except for our jerseys. I do offer a custom jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, $65. You can order them online, or you can reach out to me. Every little bit helps. What we do is we set up fishing tournaments on bodies of water. I live in southern Indiana. We've done a lot of fishing tournaments in northern Kentucky, southern Indiana, on the Ohio River, Taylorsville Lake. We've done a couple bodies of water here in Indiana, but basically what I'm trying to do is help raise funds, not only for, to have these fishing tournaments, but so we can raise more funds to donate. What we do is we collect a percentage from the entry fees and donate them to a local autism organization. This year we've supported Autism Society of Kentuckiana,
Okay.
Autism Society of Florida, and we had a fishing tournament early in the year in Florida with the help of a couple guys, Sean Ripley and Michael Kabong out of Florida. And them guys are avid anglers. They fish a lot of tournaments. They're working on making it to the big leagues. But they, every chance they get, they do a little fishing, and they support Fishing for Autism everywhere they go. But also, let's see, Autism Society of Kentuckiana, Autism Society of Florida, and Autism Community Connection here in Indiana. But we're working on having more tournaments around the nation. We're working with Jeff Henderson, Goose's dad. We're going to have a tournament in Northern Illinois, Chicago land area.
Probably at the chain of lakes.
I think it's going to be for kids. It's going to be a kids event, so I don't think we're going to, do anything real big on that as far as a big fishing tournament. But we're definitely talking about it. Also, I've been talking to Shane from Missouri. We're talking about having a kayak and bank only tournament for catfish in Missouri, and I'm talking to a couple local guys in Taylorsville, Kentucky, to have a catfishing trail on Taylorsville Lake in Kentucky as well. So
are you doing anything with Rob Welsh?
Rob Welsh, yeah, we had talked about having a smallmouth tournament this year, but with Rob getting sick, and he's still recovering, so just kind of pushed it back a little bit, and maybe we'll pick it up next year.
Rob's feeling a lot better now. He did have COVID, which led to him getting double viral pneumonia. He was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. It was good.
Yeah, I've talked to him here a little bit. He said he's doing a little bit better now, but he's still recovering, still in recovery. So any sickness on the lungs is hard on the body.
Yeah, it's hard to get rid of too.
Yeah.
Once you sculpt those lungs, they just don't recover very quickly. I've had COVID too. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. So what do you have? Do you have anything scheduled definitely for next year?
Yes and no. We're still throwing around dates, but we're definitely going to have some fishing tournaments for sure. I think I'm going to focus more bass this coming season.
Okay.
Because I've been doing a lot of catfish tournaments. Tried to have a bass tournament and a crappie tournament this past year, and it didn't work out very well. I think it just might have been because it was on the wrong body of water. But I'm trying to get the Fishing for Autism set up to where we can have multiple tournaments each year for multiple species, not just one. Because there's a lot of different anglers out there that fish a lot of different species, and we're trying to unite the fishing community to help out our mission. So.
Sure. So what is your vision for Fishing for Autism for long term?
We are hoping that we can get more kids out fishing, because they're our future generation, man, and fishing is known to be therapeutic, and not just for the kids but for the family. And one of the things that I like to do is take my family out. Not only do we fish, but we get to enjoy nature, do a little hiking, just get out of the house, and enjoy a little bit of fishing time. Sometimes we don't always catch something, but it is a good time to get out and enjoy some fresh air and just, hang out with each other and talk about things. And part of that is my mission for Fishing for Autism, but also we want to help and support financially as much as we can these local autism organizations that, they're struggling, man. They don't have any, major funding like some of the other causes out there. And
Yeah, like cancer. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So we're just trying to do everything we can to, not only do what we love fishing, but, try to help and support those that, are experiencing the hardships of autism,
Guys, when I first started seeing MC posted on the Vector Pro Staff page, I thought about that, and he said he had a not-for-profit called Fishing for Autism. I have a stepson who's autistic, and I thought about it for a second, and I don't have any idea where this kid has come. He's 24 years old now, but I had no idea what he was going through, where he's coming from, the things that come out of his mouth. I didn't understand. And most being that I'm in the engineering career field, it's my job to understand things that other people don't understand, like mathematics,
Yeah.
And I approached MC, I'd like to help out with this. I'd like to, help you with your cause and spread the word of your cause.
Thanks, Jay.
Well, yeah, anytime, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been a really enjoyable and at times educational ride we've been on together. I took up the cause, and a lot of people, actually the fishing community has really embraced Fishing for Autism, and a lot of different companies and good guys like John Stoutinger and Rob Welsh.
Yeah,
they
guys
too. And Jim Grant's on board now too. MC's been invited to Northern Illinois Sports Show. He
really appreciate that, Jay. You had a hand in that, you did.
I had a hand in a lot of that, yeah.
Yeah.
but I told you, you said you wanted me to be in charge of publicity, and that's what being in charge of publicity is all about, is introducing you to guys who can take you places.
Thank you, sir.
That's what a publicity manager does,
It's awesome, man. We're in it together, Jay.
Yes, and that's one thing you've taught me is we're all in this together. When I was growing up, my dad always taught me you've got to do things for yourself. Don't ever rely on other people. Well, I'm finding out that wasn't entirely true.
Yeah.
You can't do this. You can't do this on your own. You just can't. And that's one thing that you've helped drive home for me, that, you always say, we're all in this together. And wow.
It's true, man. Not just Fishing for Autism, but life in general.
Yes.
We got to have each other's back.
Exactly. But I'm sure you were taught that when you were growing up too, that you got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You can't trust anybody,
Yeah.
Well, I've unlearned a lot of things.
Hey, man, it doesn't matter how old we get or how young we are, you continue to learn.
Absolutely. It's guys like MC who really, make the professional fishing community a nice place to be. We don't have to all be cutthroat and be competing with each other. We can help each other out. And I think when we help each other out, it makes it easier for all of us to succeed.
Oh yeah.
That's the fishing community. That's a professional fishing community I want to help create.
Well, and that's part of our goal, man. We want to unite the fishing community to come together to help out the mission. And when I say the mission, I don't mean just Fishing for Autism and what we do, but just in general. Come together, unite, and just be sisters and brothers in everything, and just show love for each other.
And something else, guys, that MC helps is MC's more than willing to help the veterans too, which I think,
Yes, sir.
veterans, if you look back the last 50 years, ever since Vietnam, I think a lot of veterans have been looked down upon. And, guys who risked their lives and saw their friends' lives ended, which is the nicest way I can put it. And a lot of guys came home and they weren't able to deal with life, or they had physical challenges after they came home, or mental challenges, emotional challenges. We have to help those guys. It brings a tear to my eye when I think about that.
We got to spread more awareness about it. That's for sure.
22 veterans a day end their own lives. I just think that's just horrible, horrible. We should be supporting those guys more. And MC also helps out with veterans, and I can't say enough about them.
Yeah, one of the tournaments that we had, just a prime example of something that we had done to help out a veteran. We had a fishing tournament in Milton, Kentucky, catfish tournament, and we had a donation from one of our sponsoring companies for a veterans pot, and we didn't have a veteran fish that tournament that day.
Oh.
So after it was all done and said, I spoke with a local guy, and we got in contact with a local veteran that was in need, and we went and tracked him down and delivered $400 and donated that to him.
Wow!
And come to find out, he was in Vietnam, and the guy that he was actually in the process when we met up with him. He was helping a guy rebuild a little shack for him to live in because he was homeless. The guy that he's helping was homeless, and come to find out, the guy that he was helping, his dad fought and sadly died in Vietnam, and that was the first anyone ever heard about that. So, what we're doing is we're making awareness for veterans and the things that they've experienced, and not only for those veterans, but also their kids and their families, and they all need support.
I couldn't agree with you more. I just absolutely couldn't agree with you more. Well, we're going to pause here for a 20-second commercial.
Okay.
I'll let you know when we're back.
All right. Thanks, sir.
I'll be back after I play this. Oh no.
Hi everyone, Bob Newsacomber here for Grant Rods. Musky fishing's a tough deal, and the job's not done until she's in the bag. Well, how do you do that? It's pretty simple. You need big dog rods from Grant Rods. For your next rod, call them at 847-577-0848. Building custom rods since 1983.
And we're back. Okay, we seem to have lost MC. I don't think he realized that we were going to come back. If you give me a second here, I'll see if I can get MC back. In the meantime, Fishing for Autism is going to be at the Northern Illinois Sports Show. He's going to have a booth. He's going to be right next to the Goose, and they're going to talk about Goose's national tournament he's going to be fishing. And he's going to be fishing that tournament. I believe it's going to be in March down at Guntersville. Down at Guntersville in Alabama. I mean, Goose is there are people. There's a company, actually, I believe it's Kind Eyewear, who's going to be sponsoring his hotel stay. And there's a bunch You know, Grant Rods has donated a fishing rod to him. Kind Eyewear donated some fishing glasses to him. Fishing for Autism is going to be sponsoring him as well. It's really going to be a lot of people in the fishing community have come together to help out Goose, including Fishing for Autism. I'm trying to get MC Norris to come back. Oh, here he is. And he's back.
Yeah, I'm having technical difficulties, Jay. I may get disconnected again.
Okay, if you get disconnected again, you know. Uh-oh. There he goes. Sometimes this happens, folks. You know, we're streaming this live, and this is all part of you know, streaming stuff live. It just it doesn't always go perfect. It just doesn't. It's just part of the deal, kind of. You know, but anyways, MC Norris, we went over most of the stuff I wanted to cover with MC. You know, he's going to be at the Northern Illinois Sports Show, which is going to take place from January 13th to the 16th of 2022 at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. You know, I'm excited about this. Not only is MC Norris going to be there, but the Goose is going to be there, and the Goose is going to have a booth too, right next to MC. Great people. Mike Norris is going to be there. Catch Big Smallmouth. You know, Mike Norris. I don't know. I've fished with this guy for 25 years, and you know, every time I've ever fished with him, I probably fished with him a dozen times. He has always taught me stuff. I've been fishing since I was 4 years old, and you know, Mike just gets it. I don't know what to tell you. Some people are just good at what they do. I don't know, but he's going to be there. Jerry Costabile from Resolute Sport Fishing Charters. What a great guy. I mean, that guy caught a huge muskie trolling for salmon out in the Great Lakes. I mean, I know that that's not what I'm supposed to be. He is a salmon expert and a steelhead expert, trout expert, you know, but you know, I just think that's really a great catch that he did. You know, to catch a muskie out in Lake Michigan. Wow. But I guess we have MC back. How you doing tonight, MC?
Hey, Jay, can you see me?
I can see you.
I got my wife's phone. It's doing a little bit better here. The picture on it's just a little bit different though.
Okay.
Her phone's a little bit more damaged than mine.
Well, it seems to be working. It seems to be working. When you were gone, I was talking about the Northern Illinois Sports Show and all the great people who are going to be there. You know, we're going to have people talking like Violet Talley. Violet Talley is an up and coming bass tournament fisherman, our fisher person, and she's going to be talking. In the last couple of years, she has exploded on the scene, and has some very good finishes this year. In fact, that's who Goose was fishing with when Goose got his first win at a tournament. He won the youth division. That. Yeah, he won the youth division under 40-mile-an-hour winds, and he didn't stop casting all day long. I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of wherewithal, but also I'm not 13 years old. He just, man.
Yeah, I heard that was a pretty rough day, but he caught one.
He caught one fish and came in first. That was, wow, you know. So is there anything else that you would like to tell the folks about Fishing for Autism?
I want to give a shout out to a couple companies, Mad Cats.
Okay.
For Matt Knight, he's donated several puzzle rods. They actually feature an autism awareness fishing rod. It's called the Puzzle Rod, and he's donated quite a bit of rods to help us raise funds at our tournaments. We offer a ticket drawing at every one of our tournaments, and what we do with those funds is we put those into the Fishing for Autism account. Use the funds for any expenses that we need to set up tournaments, and also we've donated several funds to families for cancer and just any type of need. One guy we helped, Paul Hode, and I think there was a time we helped you in a time of need, Jay.
You guys
And
sure did. You and Sturgill, you and Tim Sturgill, yeah.
yeah,
You know, guys, I
yeah,
had to evacuate because of my health condition I have, with the intense pain I have because of my aorta replacement surgery. And there was a Cat 5 hurricane, which was going to pretty much almost give a direct hit to where I live. And so I evacuated to my mom's place in northern Arkansas. And I was up there for 13 days. Well, they were trying to get the electricity back here. I didn't have electricity for 12 days, came back, and my trailer home was a stinking mess because we have we have two refrigerators and a chest freezer in here. And all that meat rotted. All my deer meat, all my redfish and crappies and stuff I had accumulated over the course of all the meat I had recorded. And anyways, MC got together with Timothy Sturgill, who runs a raffle site, and they were able to send me funds to start replacing my food. It was thank you, MC. Thank you. That's all I can say.
well, we do the best we can to help everybody out, man. So you're welcome.
Well, you definitely helped me out, and I'd like to thank you and thank everybody. Thank Timothy Sturgill and thank everybody involved in that.
Not a problem, man. That's what we're here for.
Do you have any other?
Yeah, we're also in a partnership with Hunter Bowden. He is an angler that is from Indiana, Terre Haute, Indiana. And
Hunter Bowden?
Hunter Bowden.
Oh, okay, okay. There's another guy named Hunter Bogman. Okay, this is a different guy you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to help him. He's got a son with cerebral palsy, and I talked to Hunter at the the Vector Hooks Beat the Bosses tournament.
Sure.
And we got to talking a little bit after about a couple weeks after the tournament, and we're gonna go into a partnership with him for his 2022 fishing season, and we're gonna help him out as much as we can, and he's gonna help us out as much as he can by spreading awareness and the word about Fishing for Autism. Also, we linked him up with a partner of mine in Chicago, Alexander Graphics, and we're going to be sponsoring his boat wrap.
Okay.
So we're going to have a Fishing for Autism logo on it, along with all his sponsors and supporters, and hopefully that helps out spread the word for our mission, and also everything we can do to help him with his 2022 fishing season. And Goose, we sponsor him, and we've helped him out throughout the 2021 season, and we're going to be backing him as well the upcoming season in 2022. But we got a few things going on, man. I just need to get them all wrote down on a piece of paper for the next time we talk.
Sure.
As busy as I am, man, I never have time to plan for anything or write a speech or anything. So, and you can see my boys been running around me, and you hear the baby in the background.
Sure.
Unfortunately, my wife can't be with us. She's sleeping right now. She works nights. So,
well, we don't have speeches here on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast.
Yeah.
So don't even go writing them, MC.
Well, sometimes I like to be a little more prepared to shout out to our, some of our sponsors and supporters,
Sure.
and I mean no disrespect to them, but they know who they are, and we appreciate them very much. And we're looking forward to working with them next season. Vector Hooks is one of them,
Well, I'd
and
like to give a big shout out to Jim Grant, who makes the best rods on earth, for for inviting you to come to the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoors show.
absolutely, man. I'm hoping that real soon I can get my hands on one of those rods.
Yeah, they're the best rods on earth, man. I mean,
lifetime warranty.
Got one right here. That's a Cuda EXT with a Daiwa reel on it. And you see that? That's called reserves. Look at that. It's a cork handle, stainless steel guides. I'm still trying to get used to the way this camera works. That guide is just, it's made out of stainless steel. You can see that. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful.
I think it'd be real cool, man, is to have a Grant Rods Fishing for Autism edition.
Well, I'm sure Jim Grant's going to be listening to this one.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that we both gave him a shout out at the end. So
absolutely. It'd be really cool to be able to put some Fishing for Autism rods in some kids' hands.
Yes. That would be cool. Well, MC, I'd like to thank you for once again, taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk to the folks here at the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast.
Hey, not a problem. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
It certainly was an honor to have a guy like you on this, And
well, I think the same thing about you, man. You're doing pretty well in the stream world.
Well, thank you. I was kind of nervous about putting my face on this, and maybe people won't like me anymore if they see what I look like. And
Look at me, man. I look like if I took my hat off and my shirt off, I'd look like a homeless guy.
Oh, if you take your hat off and your shirt off and hold an axe and
yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, man. What I do for a living, I climb trees for a living, and it's a dangerous job. It's a tough job, but I do everything I can to help support my family. And I was working for the man and not making enough money and risking my life every day, and decided enough was enough and went out on my own. And it's been tough, but I make my own schedule, make a little bit more money, so spend more time with the family.
Well, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'd like to thank you again for coming on to the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. And in closing, I'd like to tell everybody that the Garden State Outdoor Sports Show is going to take place from January 6th to the 9th of 2022 at the New Jersey Convention Exposition Center. That's in Edison, New Jersey. The Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoors Show is going to take place January 13th through the 16th of 2022. That's 4 days of sports shows, guys, at the Lake County Fairgrounds.
We'll be there every day.
And yes, MC Norris will be there. That's at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. There's going to be a lot of good guys there. I just encourage all of you to come and attend that one if you can, if you're at all within driving distance. And with that,
I see our booth, Fishing for Autism booth, and Goose will be right next to us. And by the way, Goose is going to be one of those speakers.
Yes, he is. He's going to be doing a question and answer session. So come on in, see the Goose, see MC, see Jim Grant himself. There'll be a lot of good people there, folks. And with that, I'm going to say good night. And thank you very much, MC.
Thank you, Jay. You have a good night, brother.
You too.